Hey, greetings friends, Jacque Howard here, and welcome to Trenton 365, the community calendar. And I've been telling folks about the community calendar for a while. It's a Facebook page. So on that Facebook page, you can post your events, but we're coming out with a new campaign where you can actually do more than just post your events. You can actually schedule an interview. You can schedule a Google Maps visit, and you can even schedule some assistance with some of your events as well. Stay tuned. Follow what's happening at the Trenton 365 community calendar page. That is going to be done in conjunction with WIMG1300 and WPHY channel 25, now airing Trenton 365 in Mercer and Camden counties in New Jersey, as well as Philadelphia County in PA. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm also excited about this because it gives me an opportunity to do what I can to support my friends and my partners in the work that they're doing. One of those friends is here with me today. We've got Yolanda L. Robinson. As you can see behind us, you can see some marketing for Civics Up in Smoke, which is our Facebook page that we're doing some interesting podcasts, live shows, and events on Facebook. You can find out more there as well. But we are talking today specifically with Yolanda about the Living a Powerful Life, the 5th annual Trenton Women's Gathering, which is happening July 27th, 2024, right out front of where we are today, 13 West Front Street in historic downtown Trenton, also known as Hub 13. And for a I mark, or so to speak, you can consider 1911 as our next door neighbor. So, Yolanda, let's talk about Living a Powerful Life, first of all, the organization, why you started it, etc., some of the backstory. And without getting me too emotional, let's roll into this 5th annual event that's taking place in a couple of weeks.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, Jacques. Glad to be here. It's always a joy sitting and talking with you, because we wear so many different hats, but thank you for having me, because it's always a joy for me to talk about living a powerful life, the different events that we have, and especially the 5th annual Trenton Women's Gathering. So Living a Powerful Life was started in 2002. With myself and my mother. She's passed away, so I continue to push forward with Living a Powerful Life. It is a business, and now my daughters, they play a really big part of Living a Powerful Life. They're actually the president of Living a Powerful Life. I'm just the CEO, the one that just do all the legwork, because presidents don't really do work. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody else. I'm just saying. But anyway, so for the last 20 plus years, we've been doing different things in the community of Trenton, outside of Trenton, but it's really about bringing together families, children, and women. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is bringing the family back together, and you need to be able to bring the woman first, because she will get the men and the children out. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we've been able to continue to do. And thus far, it's always been a great success from the His and Her story, the Senior Citizen Spring Ball. We just had our 17th annual Take a Child Fishing. We have our new added edition is the Trenton Women's Gathering, and we'll be celebrating our 5-year anniversary for that, bringing women together on July 27th. But it's all about, being able to find clever ways to bring families together and teach them and show them how to love on each other, how to pray together, how to eat together, but it has to be done in a fun kind of a way, because a lot of times, people want to learn, or you want to teach them something, but how do you teach them? It's about the delivery of it, And for me, I just like to have fun, and I also like to be able to teach. So I found a way through Living a Powerful Life, today, Find a Reason to Smile, all those different things, Celebrate What's Right with Your World, all of those different campaigns, into being able to get people to think about themselves and think about things that can make them smile, like riding your bike for the first time. You know what I mean? If you're having a bad day, that was a good day when you learned how to ride your bike. So think about that. You know what I mean? I tell people, find something that reminds you to smile.
Mm-hmm. You know, Yolanda, I've been fortunate enough to see you in action and to see how well received you are in the community and in the networks and wherever you're doing your business, whether it's here in New Jersey or it's in another location. I'd like for you to talk a bit more about your background and your education, because I think a lot of times people don't understand the art and the science that goes into being a media personality and being someone who knows how to market and to be able to put together campaigns, et cetera. So can you just touch on that a little bit?
Well, I think that what Jacques is saying is more to just pulling out your cell phone and just start to talking. You know what I'm saying? You soon find that out because you figure, I'll give you a couple examples and then, that help to build it up. As a doctor, a surgeon, right? Everybody's not a surgeon. Certain things you have to go to school for, right? So we ain't just popping up like we're popping up a podcast and saying, we are a surgeon today. And we're getting ready to go perform major surgery on someone. Absolutely not. You're not gonna have no patience, right? So that's the same thing what he's saying about media and podcasting. When I first got into, being on, doing radio and things like that, WIMG was a very big part of that for me. Jazz on 2 radio, the radio station 1420 over in PA. Over in Burlington, at the church. So it was a lot of different places. But what I also learned was that I still needed to learn a certain craft, right? Because you don't want to be disrespectful and think that you are better than someone else who's went to school for it. That's the first way to get kicked out. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing I always try to be respectful to is someone's craft. Even if I say I want to try it, you know what I'm saying? I still want to learn it and learn it the right way. So as you said earlier, to do such a thing is you have to re-educate yourself, because you have to be able to give out good information or know how to research the information or know how to tell someone how to send or get the information, because people are watching, right? And there's different forms of media. I learned from Mr. Morrison, who started WIMG, may he rest in peace. And he said to me, Yolanda, there's different forms of communication. You got TV, newspaper, radio, all of that. And the internet was just really starting to gear itself up. So that, you know what I mean? So for me, I try to tell people, you still have to do paper, right? Somebody may say, I don't want to do paper. Okay. But that's that one person. So, but still you may have someone over here saying, wait a minute, I'm not on social media, so I need paper. So you can't shut yourself down and say, well, I'm only going to be here. Just find me here, find me there, find me there. No, it's too much. You got to direct the people. So what I did was I went back to school. I'm still in school. I think I'm probably always in school. I'm always taking class. I don't tell nobody no more. I don't tell nobody no more. And I'm not even working towards anything, but just staying educated, right? So, I went out, figured out about branding, a class from Brandon, became a certified brander, right? Then I went out and became a certified grief counselor. You know what I mean? So different things like that. And then I became a certified happiness specialist. And then I went to Princeton Theological Seminary School, been to Harvard. So it was just like, when does it stop?
It doesn't.
It doesn't. If you want to be good at what you do, it doesn't stop. But what does stop is the foolishness.
Well, sort of. Well, listen, before we get too deep, because I also want to make sure that folks know that you are also an accomplished writer as well. You have several books that you've written, and I want you to touch on that slightly. And then I'm saying this because this is a lead-in to Living a Powerful Life, this organization that is a family organization that has the 5th annual Trenton Women's Gathering happening on July 27th, right here right out front of Hub 13 West Front Street in historic downtown Trenton. So, Landy, can you just touch briefly on writing some of the books that you've written, and then
dive back into this? I know I can talk about that forever.
Yeah, me too. That's why we got to keep our time.
Yes. Well, like Jacques said, yes, I am accomplished author. I'm so proud, to be an author. I've been able to write 5 books. When my computer got stolen, I had 5 completed books that got wiped away. And I didn't, at that particular time, I didn't know how to up them to the iCloud, down cloud, up around a cloud, something cloud. So they were just gone. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful with with your stuff, because it can get lost, can get stolen. But I have a book series called Don't Be Bitter, Be Better, How to Get Lemonade Out of Lemons. And I started that book after my mom died, because it was just a bunch of stories that I would write, because I'm an only child, so we would always have conversations. And my mother was this beautiful Southern belle, so she always was like a lady, always was dressed up, always was pretty, but she's always would tell me different things about how to be a lady. And being an only child, once she passed away, I didn't have anyone really to have those really good conversations with, So I would just write down, things that I wanted to talk to her about, or things we had talked about, or whatever. And before I knew it, I had like all these pages in my bag. And I used to go, and years ago, I used to go to, Isles Youth Build, Stacey Heading, and over there with the kids and stuff, and he used to do poetry, and they would always invite me. And this one particular day, they had invited me, and they had asked me to do some poetry. And you're not going to let kids punk you. And I'm not a poet. And I was like, I'm not no poet. But all I had in my purse was these stories that I had written. I says, well, I'm not a poet, but I do have these stories. So come on, Miss Yolanda. So I'm like, okay, these kids not going to punk me. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to read the story out of my bag. So that was the first story I read. Was the title of the book is Don't Be Bitter, Be Better, right? And I read that story, and they started doing like this, and they were clapping. I'm like, wait a minute, was it any good? And they were like, oh my God, that was so good. And I said, well, I got a whole pocketbook full of them. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think years later, I decided to turn it into a book, and now I've written 5 of them.
Hey. To this point, and I know you're going to get more.
Yeah, I think what made me continue to write books, I said I was never going to write a book. Sometimes things happen that make you want to, write. So I had got robbed twice in one day in Atlanta. I survived it, but I ended up having to write. I wrote 3 of my books from my cell phone. After that, I wrote from my cell phone.
So you've transitioned a little bit to using technology.
Yes.
And now just using the iCloud, DownCloud, all
that. I don't even do. I don't even still don't already know how to do all that stuff. It's just every month they just ask them for more money because I ran out of storage. Like I thought it was up top. How did I run out of storage? It's in the air, But yeah, but that's But you can go online, go to Amazon. Please follow me on Amazon. You'll hear about my books, my discounts, all of those different things right there on Amazon. So please go on Amazon, type in Yolanda L. Robinson, or type in Yolanda Robinson. Don't be bitter, be better. I'll come up. But still, please follow me. Okay? I would love that.
Awesome. Now, back to the Trenton Women's Gathering. This is going to be happening July 27th right here at 13 West Front Street in historic downtown Trenton. There's parking garages that'll be open. Why don't you talk a bit more about this, and then I'll go answer the door.
Okay, thank you. So, like Jacques said, that we have the Trenton Women's Gathering coming up July 27th, 2024, and we want everyone, women to come out who's available to come out to be a part of it, and all of that. So we are so thankful for that. So listen, July 27th is the Women's Gathering.
All right, good. So we have an active building here, and one of the members needed to get in. So that's what that doorbell was. So if you want to learn more about becoming a member here at Hub 13, you can go to the website, hub-13.com.
Yes.
hub-13.com, and you fill out the information. We'll bring you in for a tour, show you what we have going on here, and see if it works for you. This is going to be the location for the Living a Powerful Life 5th Annual Trenton's Women's Gathering, July 27th, 2024, 13 West Front Street, Trenton, New Jersey, 1 to 6 p.m. There is a cost. It's $5.
It's $5.
And you can find out more by reaching out to Yolanda directly, 609-577-1173. Remember, it's always about justice, peace, and humility.